Well, there's other things to do besides play Pokemon Go when you go outside, apparently. Carrie Davis and Roberto Baldwin recently went to the woods to live deliberately and to test some gadgets. They're both here to talk to us about them today. Welcome, Carrie and Roberto.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, Carrie, let's start with you. What was your favorite gadget that you tested?
We agree. We both agree. We 2 days we were out there in the wild doing videos, and the first day was camping. The second day was hiking gear, and my favorite was something called the GoTenna, and that it's kind of this little device that creates a VHF radio between the both of us. So we each had it on our backpacks. We'd already downloaded the app. And then we could text each other, even though there was no cell service, and it was torturous to Robbie. He's going to demo the GoTenna for you right now. That's a GoTenna.
So where does it attach?
So you just attach it. It has this little strap that you can button. You just put it on your shirt or your backpack or whatever. And then to turn it on, you just lift this up and bam.
Bam!
That's not nerdy looking at all.
No.
This thing that we both agree, they're $200, and we both agree that say you're going to a festival or somewhere out, really hiking out of cell phone range or whatever, like really in the wild, and you need to be able to be in contact with people. We both were into this.
Yeah, for your safety.
And it's nice because you can drop pins to where you are. So if you get lost or you're trying to meet up with people, you can just drop a pin and then people can follow it and find you, and you could everyone gets reunited, and that feels so good.
Oh, that's what they say. That's what they say about being reunited. Yeah,
it does.
Might be a lie. We could you could see where the other person was on the trail. You could request locations and then meet up. He needed bug spray, so we did that.
So is the thought that everybody that's going out hiking has one of these strapped to their backpack, or?
Well,
for the most part?
I mean, if you have friends, when you buy it,
if you have friends, stop there. We're done.
Sorry, done for you.
It comes in a 2-pack, so just right off the bat, you have one for yourself and one for your favorite friend.
Okay.
So
like walkie-talkies.
Like walkie-talkies,
exactly.
yeah. They're like little texty walkie-talkies.
That's so
without
cool.
that.
Those would be more fun, frankly.
So, Roberto, in the video, you talk about, I don't know if this was one of the outtakes, how worried you are about not getting your tweets. Said about that.
We didn't have any access to the internet at all. But that sort of anxiety about not knowing what's going on goes away pretty quickly when I realized that not getting tweets means I don't know when things are happening, which means I don't have to worry about things happening.
That's good.
You couldn't write a story.
Yeah, I couldn't write a story about it because I didn't know. If I knew and then I couldn't get online, then there would have been more anxiety, but not.
But you were still using your devices for certain things. How did you charge them? Did you have any devices that could charge your anything that could charge your devices out there?
Well, I had a voltaic backpack that has a solar panels on it. Mm-hmm. So you would charge at about 3 or 4 hours, and then you could charge your phone a couple times. You could charge your tablet. It has an internal battery that you can actually take the battery out, so you don't have to drag the backpack with you everywhere. So at night, if I was watching videos or if I was on my phone, I don't know, getting Instagrams ready for when I return to civilization.
That you couldn't send.
I could just take the battery out and plug it right into the phone. Oh, look, there's a lead. Yeah, there you go. You see right there on the internet. And you can also charge the battery with a wall socket. But yeah, you just walk around with that backpack, and because it's sunny outside, it charges it, and it's actually pretty handy. It's great for day hikes. Or if you're out if you're car camping for a few days. I wouldn't recommend that backpack for if you're going to be hiking the Pacific Trail or anything. It's not really made for that.
And one of the reasons that we wanted to do kind of outdoor gear videos here at Engadget is that we know that there are so many cool things now that are tech enabled. They're not just the regular old standard stuff we all probably grew up with. So we wanted to really give those a test run, and that's why we took them camping.
Yay.
That makes sense.
What about the narrative 2 clips? This is interesting. This is so you can kind of document your life while you're out in the woods.
So there's
it's always
a
good when someone's like, okay, hold on.
Wheel back for a second.
Yeah. So the narrative 2 clips, they're $200, and we wanted to try them. They're just a tiny little thing. How big? Like an inch all
around? It's about the size of a tile. If you know the little white tiles, they're about an inch and a half by an inch and a half white.
They look like it even.
Yeah.
So you just plug it right on, and then if it's charged and synced and all is working well, it'll take photos automatically you can change the settings actually in the app, but say every 20 to 30 seconds. And then I changed the settings on mine so that when I double tapped it, it would automatically take a 25-second video. So it's this idea of sort of documenting your life in a passive way that you can just put it on and it'll automatically take photos, you know, in moments you probably don't even realize might be happening. So it's a way to remember. So that's how they market it. What we actually found is that, I don't know if it was user error, Robbie.
I don't know if it's basically like just turn it on and then it starts working. I'm like, okay. And if you trust that,
oh no,
you might get screwed. Is basically what happens. Because I got back and there was a photo of like the truck.
Yeah.
And then a photo of something else, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then there was like a video of the ground because I had double tapped it by accident. Like, oh, it's taking video. I'm not supposed to be doing video. I'm supposed to be doing photos.
You failed.
Yeah, but you don't know that until you get to a Wi-Fi because it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it doesn't connect directly to your phone. It connects to Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's
It makes sense. It's a lot of data, but there might be. I met the owner. He was really kind to bring 2 by so we could test it, and so I always feel bad when we talk about it. But the truth is that it's a lot of money for something that you're not sure if it's working.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something they can work on. But I got my photos and videos fine. That all synced properly, no problem. I could watch my stuff. However, I realized later that it was kind of angled up higher than I wanted it to be. So it was mostly like blurry leaves, not so much faces of the people I was with. So I think it's something you need to work with if that's something you're interested in.
I know people have used the first generation. They love it. They just walk around taking photos of random things. But the idea, to me, it's I was just paranoid that it wasn't working. It turns out it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing what it was supposed
You're
to do.
Yeah.
And I charged it. I don't know. There's no like button that says on. There's no way to check it. You're just like
or status light or something.
Yeah, it's like I hope this is doing the thing.
Yeah.
And then you kind of forget about it.
Right.
It's almost too mod for us.
Sure.
Well, a PC guy in our chat room says it would be great if you got attacked by a bear, because then that would all
That
be
would not be
recorded
great.
if it were working.
Oh, okay.
No, it would. We talked about it the whole time. That was, I don't know why that was our running thing.
Because bears are awesome. And it's their house. If you get attacked, it's your fault.
Just should leave.
And then
there was a joke.
If a bear came into my house, I would attack him because that's my house.
Okay, Robbie, I want to see video of that too. Could you wear the narrative clip for that?
I'm just gonna walk around with the narrative clip in case I encounter any bears.
Okay, great.
Give each other high fives with bears. Hey, bear, let's be friends.
So, Carrie, tell us about the prepackaged food program that you tried. It's sort of like Blue Apron. They're a TWiT sponsor, but called Fireside Provisions, just for camping. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I was curious about that because I'm a camper, and I think I'd heard about it right when the kind of Blue Apron craze was first happening. And so we got a box of food for the 2 of us. It was $60 base price for, it was breakfast, lunch, 2 dinners, and a bunch of snacks, which was fine. Like, it was actually more food than just Robbie and I could eat, but we had 2 photographers with us, so it was fine.
So gave them our scraps.
Yeah. Sorry, peons.
These are scraps.
We brought so much food. We brought so much food. It was ridiculous when I went home. My entire cooler was still full. But yeah, so we gave that a go. Robbie made the veggie meals. I made the carnivore style ones. And we both, Robbie's meal especially, you made that corn mush thing. It was so bland.
It was just rice, or it was just like a rice.
It was like corn. It was corn.
Corn rice. I don't know. It was
with cashews on top and some kikkoman sauce.
Yeah. So I had like 50 packages to make this bland mush. And so, but they give you chili sauce, like kikkoman chili sauce.
It was delicious.
To put on top,
that
and
made it good.
Cashews. So the cashews and the sauce were good, but the mush, I'm like.
Yeah, but you're camping. You gotta, there's a little bit of leeway that you give on food when you're camping.
But here's the thing.
I get dehydrated Indian food whenever I go camping.
Yeah.
So those you go to whatever sports REI store you go to.
REI.
You can get like freeze dried food that you just throw and boil it, and I always get like Indian food because it's awesome. When you're camping, you're like, I'm eating Indian food.
That's a really good idea.
Fancy. Yeah. He's so fancy.
And I just drop it in water.
So we did have some, overall, I really liked, I made the pork chops. I found them delicious. I paid extra money, though, to have them pre-marinated, and we cooked them on a fire. Like, you can't go wrong. They were so good. But we both weren't so into all the packaging. There were lots of little tiny baggies and stuff. But more than that, it was almost like for me, too fancy, and clearly for you if you're using freeze-dried, too fancy of food for camping. Like, I'll make up some eggs, like I'll do a little bit, but it was like, chop this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I made homemade like chilaquiles or whatever, and I was like, how about some salsa? Like, I was cutting up onions and all the things, and it was the morning, I was tired.
Yeah. Just throw a sausage on the fire and be done with it.
But it was good. And we both agree, for people who maybe aren't so used to getting meals together for camping, it is perfect for somebody who might be a little intimidated by how to feed a crowd. That makes sense. But for us, we were like,
for people who camp a lot, they usually have like a go box, like you know, like, or a go bag. It's like just filled with the seasonings they use for camping, or they know exactly what they need. They go to the store, they pick up some steaks or some hot dogs, or if you're
mine has dishes that need to be washed.
You know, freeze-dried Indian food, and you just take off. But if you don't have all that stuff ready to go, you just sort of show up in the mountains and you realize you're just eating, you know, Cliff Bars for the weekend. That's not fun. So
that's also okay. Yeah. Like, whatever, you're outside.
You're not on Twitter, so eat whatever.
Right? And go to bed early because you're sad.
You can't Instagram your meal, or like, this is the.
So I paid extra money for their fancy s'mores because I really wanted to try those.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, go on.
Yeah, you're not selling many of these meals, I don't think, with this review.
Okay, one last question, Roberto. Carrie gave you the LifeStraw, which is supposed to turn any water source into drinkable water. Explain how that worked.
It's really just a straw. They have a straw, and you have to like crouch down by the river or the lake or the random like bug-filled puddle that you find, and you just suck water up.
What?
It's actually pretty. Yeah, I went and I crouched down by the river and just like that person.
I wanted to reenact that photo, and he did it beautifully. He really did, the LifeStraw photo.
It's pretty. It was pretty. I didn't get sick. But I do want to say that when I was a kid, when I would go camping, I would just drink out of the river all the time. I never got sick.
You're weird.
I was just like,
no one is surprised.
My parents would drive to the middle of nowhere, and then we would camp, and there's nothing around, there's no people, and then just drinking water. Oh, need water. And then someone told me when I grew up that like you're not supposed to do that. I'm like,
I'm fine.
It explains a lot, Roberto.
It does.
So I didn't get sick, so.
It sounds to me that Roberto is never going to go camping again. And Carrie, when you go camping again, maybe the GoTenna, but everything else is
Yeah, there were some things we liked from the camping story. In particular, we sort of tested out a bunch of different camp stoves, and we each have our favorites from that. I'm honestly just still in love with my regular old Coleman, honestly, and it's one of the cheaper options, and it cooks great. But we want to go again and test.
I totally want to go camping again.
And
if I could go camping right now, I would.
Go, nothing's stopping.
All right.
See you later. All right.
Well,
it was so fun, guys. It was so much fun to go camping with him.
Well, you can check out all these products. We didn't cover the camping stoves, but that's at Engadget. Did you guys do a Facebook Live video?
Oh yeah.
Where can people find that?
On the Facebooks.
On Facebook Live.
on Engadget's page on Facebook. On the Facebook, just look for Robbie and Carrie walking through the door. Just search, you'll find it.
Excellent.
Entire weekend, just so you know, this is exactly how it went down. Well, you were with us.
Roberto Baldwin and Carrie Davis, it's always a pleasure to have you. Where's the best place to find you, Carrie, online?
I would say Twitter. It's at Ms. Carrie D. That's all right, Ms. Carrie D. I was going to say .com for no reason at all. Robbie?
I'm at twitter.com/STRNGWYS.
It's so confusing. Yeah, I just retweeted him.
No vowels.
Yes. Oh, all right. We just got a taped up picture of us on your show.
Excellent.
So meta.
Well, thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Right, bye.
Have a good weekend, guys.